Okay guys, today we're going to talk to Ed about this flathead. You've seen it before. We did a warm start a while back. Now I have a transmission hooked up to it. We're going to talk about that transmission choice, why it's hooked up, why the engine's dressed out like it is, and hey, a little bit of time to visit with Ed. It'll be fun. Thanks for coming along. Okay, Ed, when we left, we just had done the startup, right?
We've done a startup before on an engine stand, yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of cold morning. And it was kind of smoky, but it was good. It was burning off.
Good. The motor runs good.
Yeah.
So we're done with that. We checked oil pressure, and we ran it several times. And so then we adjust the carburetor. It really runs good.
Okay.
So then we finally got this 5-speed transmission for it.
Okay.
And of course, we bought this as a kit from Speedway Motors, and they're here in town, but we got shipped in here.
Okay.
And that's the same 5-speed for Chevrolet.
Really?
Yeah, the same bolt pattern. You can put it in a 55 Chevy or anything up.
Really?
And so then they make this adapter. It looks like Speedway has this adapter made to go between the Ford transmission or Ford engine and the Chevrolet transmission, which is pretty good.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't even noticed that was an adapter plate right here.
Yeah, that's the adapter plate.
Okay.
And so this adapter plate with this ring here will go on any Ford Flathead engine.
Oh,
over years. So we chose this 4953 motor because it does have the bell housing.
Right.
So, and the bell housing, it's kind of difficult if you didn't have this to use the smaller one. We don't like that.
Right.
So with this one, and the kit from Speedway came the new transmission.
Okay.
A new flywheel.
Okay.
A new pressure plate, disc, throwout bearing.
Okay, I was going to ask you if the whole clutch assembly was in there too.
Yeah, the whole clutch assembly is all new from Speedway.
Okay.
And then it comes with all the nuts and bolts to all bolt together. So we assembled it all for the customer because we're going to ship this motor and transmission to Texas.
Okay, now do they stay assembled when you ship it?
No, we'll take the transmission off, but we want to make sure it slides in, grease, and we grease all the shafts and stuff it needs to be.
Okay.
And make sure it lines up. And so we take the transmission off and package it in one of our crate.
You obviously know how to crate things up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. So in the meantime, we got a new set of Reds headers.
Okay.
And, they're made in California over here, and they fit fairly well. But I did have to, and I wanted to put them on here.
Okay.
The customers, I did have to heat the header and dimple it in. I heat it with a torch and dimple it in about 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
To miss the starter.
Oh, the starter was in the way.
This starter here is a new gear reduction starter. I think from maybe Starter Masters or somebody. But you can see here it's got a little wire right here that holds the starter together. Just on the back side of that.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
There's a little thing that touched it, and the gasket wasn't up the thing. So I just heated it up a little bit there and bent it in, just 1/4 of an inch.
Just a bit.
Other than that, everything went right on, and the headers fit perfect.
Yeah, those headers look really good.
Yeah.
You know, I get a lot of comments that ask a question, but I'm going to let you answer it on the video because I know you know the answer. People always want to know, well, I see 4 spark plugs, so it must be a V8, but why are there only 3 tubes coming out of the exhaust?
That's the way Ford made the engine then.
Okay.
Because the valves are in the block.
Yep.
And it's really difficult to get the center exhaust valves in the center of a block and get 4 outlets past the pistons.
Right.
Because you got 2 pistons there. I got 4 pistons in the center too. And if you get 2 exhausts through there, one would have to be above the other one to come out the head, and they would be coming out the bottom, one above the other one.
Okay.
So they just put it in and put a bigger port.
Okay.
Now the center was a bigger port.
Interesting.
Than the N2.
Oh, okay.
So it handles 2 of them, and they both don't fire at the same time.
Right, they're not competing for the same.
No, not at all. They're not competing for airspace.
Right.
Like a V8 headers, well, they're not competing either.
Right.
That's why you see them snaked around sometimes, a professional set of headers, and they all go into one collector pipe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all. It don't make any difference.
Right. Okay. So yeah, and I think I remember on the Zephyr V12 flathead.
Yeah.
It had 4 on the side
four
instead
on
of
one
3,
side for
instead of 6.
Instead of 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
same point.
Yeah,
The
same
center
idea.
2 and 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so that, and again, if they were going to try to make separate outlets for each one, if they didn't stack them, they'd have to make the block longer, wouldn't they?
Yes.
So
And
one
that
way or
would be
the other.
just terrible. It just it's impossible.
Yeah, so
I can't
internally,
say impossible because they made the Ford motor.
right?
And we thought that was impossible too, probably. When
That's
they made
true.
It. Yeah.
Well, this is a fun visit to see this. Well, what a great thing to do for a customer to pre-check everything, pre-assemble.
Yeah.
So when the 2 crates show up,
And we put these little chrome housings on here. The water housings used to stick straight up.
Oh, right.
But now this guy, we put dual pulleys on it, and he's going to put air conditioner and an alternator on here.
Okay.
And then so that would be in the water housings would be right into that air conditioner. So again, we can buy these necks that are straight out.
I'm going to get a good shot of that.
Yeah, they're straight out. So the hose is going to have to be out here and possibly go into a radiator. I don't know what kind of radiator he has.
Yeah, they're going to have to route it a little different.
Yeah, a little bit different. But the air conditioner and thing will be right on here.
Right. And again, there's the double pulley down there.
Yeah, for there. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All should line up and run good.
Very good. Well, Ed, this is nice to see the end of this.
The end of the story on this motor.
Yeah, this one took a while.
It took a while. I think I've had this motor working on the crankshaft and it's got a Mercury crank and stuff in it. That's the same motor. Probably for a year and a half.
Okay, so but that brings up a little question before we go. When you're, let's say someone at home, they have kind of most of the parts of an old engine and they want to get it rebuilt. And it takes time, of course, but what are the things that tend to take the most time? Because obviously a year and a half is a long time.
Well, we'd have to clean the motor, make sure it's not cracked.
Okay.
Make sure everything's rebuildable.
And
if not, you just search for another motor.
Right.
Or else try to get that repaired, and it's hard to get them repaired.
Okay.
We used to have a guy here in town that would weld them up, and I think he's gone now.
Okay.
So, and then you get a machine. You have to get it all machined before you can order any parts.
Right.
Because you have to machine it first to find out the specifications, what you're going to build it, like turn the crankshaft to a certain size.
Right, depending the condition.
And then you have to order the parts and try to find them.
Right. So I'm sure you have a lot of good sources for parts, but even still.
We have a few sources, not too many.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that obviously things have to be done in order. It's not like you can say, hey, we're getting a Flathead, just order all the parts and have them standing by. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can do that on our Chevy V8s and our 302 Fords. Of course, we have a warehouse in the back here. It's got lots of rod bearings, main bearings, and pistons and everything to do all of our mostly motor. So we can build several motors without buying parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you have anything unusual, then
it stops everything.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't. I get tired working sometimes, and I go home early.
Yeah. Who can blame you?
Yeah.
You know.
I got projects, or my cars need to be worked on or something, and I have too many projects, so one of these days I'm gonna have to slow down.
Yeah.
Right.
We haven't seen that happen yet, though.
So today, special day.
Yeah.
My birthday.
Yeah. It's so good that you take a minute to do a video on your birthday.
Yeah, do my video. Yeah. So January 30th, I was born in 41, so I'm 83.
83?
83 today. Yeah.
Oh man! Well, congratulations! Happy birthday! Yeah. I'm sure everybody watching is going to be happy to see you on your birthday.
Yeah. So, anyways, I went uptown to the restaurant, and the girl gave me a nice big dish of ice cream for my birthday. What a lady!
That's perfect.
She's so nice. So,
well, she's glad you're still coming here. At 83 years old, you're still coming in.
I've been eating the same restaurant, I think, for 60 years.
Wow.
And she knew that, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, good.
Great, Ed.
Life's good.
Well, thank you. Good job on this build. We're going to have to ask your customer to send a picture of it when it's installed.
Yeah, yeah.